80 points lower, 11,891. Welcome back. You're with us here on Trading Hour. Well, after 7 long months, cinema halls are set to open in 10 states and 4 union territories today as part of the fresh unlock guidelines. My colleague Alisha Sachdev joins in with what one can expect when visiting PVR cinema halls in Delhi.
After a seemingly endless 7 long months, cinema halls are set to reopen on October 15 in 10 states and 4 union territories. Like pretty much else in a post-pandemic world, your movie-going experience will also be different. Think sanitization, contactless ticketing, and staggered seating arrangements. So if you're looking to hit the theatres anytime soon, let us show you what your new experience might look like. To begin with, printed tickets are passé. So when you do come to book a ticket, you have to choose a contactless way of making a booking. Even when you're at the ticketing counter or the box office, you will see that only one of the windows is allowed to open to ensure social distancing. Besides that, there are several kiosks displaying QR codes which can be scanned on your phone to take you to the website and make a booking. After you do that, you will be sent a message which looks like this, containing a link which will display a QR code which can be scanned at the auditorium gate, and you can then watch your movie. To begin with, the number of shows is going to be fewer. We're looking at a ballpark of around 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. to begin with. Now, to bring customers back to the theatres after such a long hiatus, PVR is also offering benefits and schemes on movie ticket bookings. As part of the new SOP, after sanitization and the temperature check, you no longer have to undergo a physical screening and you can proceed straight to the auditorium. Now, when you come to the theatre, a critical question to address is, what are you going to watch? Expect very little in terms of new content in the first few weeks, with a lot of refreshed content, a lot of which may have already appeared on OTT platforms, a lot of regional cinema, and very few international releases to begin with. The era of full houses may also have to be gone for a while, as auditoriums can only accommodate 50% of their capacity to adhere to the Ministry of Home Affairs guidelines of maintaining staggered seating for adequate social distancing.
8 new releases for Kolkata market, 2 more coming in from Hollywood. There is no doubt in our head that once we open cinemas and once Mumbai opens, there will absolutely be no shortage of content.
Now, I may be the only person in the theatre today, but for when audiences start to roll in, we asked PVR how long it is going to take for theatres to build a continuous stream of new content. So PVR has also put in place a number of SOPs to ensure a safe F&B experience as well. So while this tub of popcorn is UV sterilized and I can take it inside the auditorium, the MHA guidelines have forbidden ordering and service of food while inside the auditorium.
Prior to Diwali, we should be operational in about 90-95% of our screen count. New big blockbuster films will be coming in, and we believe by Diwali, we should be really up and gearing to go to the normal pre-COVID levels.
Remember that states such as Maharashtra, Telangana and Tamil Nadu, which typically pull huge crowds into theatres, have still not allowed cinema halls to reopen. So what does that mean as far as a normalcy in terms of footfall is expected?
Well, let's now go across to Mugdha. Mugdha, how excited is Bangalore that cinemas are finally going to open?
That's right, I'm here at the Cinepolis Theatre at the Royal Meenakshi Mall in southern Bangalore. In fact, this is one of the few theatres to restart today in Bangalore. We understand from the Multiplex Association of India that 4 theatres have opened in Bangalore today. 2 of Cinepolis, of their total 6 theatres in Bangalore, and 2 of Inox. And the rest, like PVR, may open only tomorrow. So as of now, there are going to be 9 shows here today compared to what was earlier at 30 to 35 shows daily. And that's also because of the SOPs calling for staggered shows. Remember, the SOPs say that there should not be any clash of intermissions or end of movies, and hence staggered shows. So 9 shows today, but as you can see behind me, there are no new releases. They're screening Thappad today for Hindi, a movie called Bloodshot in Hollywood, and a few regional cinema, but no new releases. These are pre-COVID films that are being released today. And that really is likely to be a pain point, is what analysts say. Of course, theatre like Cinepolis is now giving discounted tickets as well. They are giving tickets as low as rupees 100 to rupees 120 from what was earlier rupees 180 to 200. In a bid to bring in moviegoers. Moviegoers have been trickling in through the day. Very few, and the management hasn't really given us a number of bookings so far for the day. And in fact, we've seen a few college students come in. They're not ready to speak to us on camera because they apparently have taken a day off to come back to theatres after 6 or 7 months. But yes, there is going to be a pain point of older content. That's what analysts say. And in fact, unless Mumbai market really opens up, no big ticket releases are likely. There's a movie called My Spy of Hollywood that may release here. That is going to release here tomorrow, and that's a new release. We have to wait and watch if audiences come for that. And of course, the main competition for theatres like these is OTT. Analysts tell us that more than 20 Bollywood films released on OTT platforms through the lockdown. So that really is a challenge. We have to wait and watch whether, audiences start trickling into theatres again.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, Mugdha, for that. We await the opening in the city of Mumbai as well. But just as we wrap the show, here's a note for all you viewers. Remember, investing in the equity market is a very personal decision. Everyone's risk profile is different. A younger person with a longer time horizon to stay invested in the market can perhaps take on more risk, which is associated with the equity markets. Whereas a person who's retired and he has to protect his money may find the equity investments a tad risky for his profile. So investing in the equity markets is a very personal decision, and therefore it's important that each one makes these financial decisions by themselves. While you can always take the help of a professional manager, you can invest in SIPs, etc. Taking help is okay, but you have to understand where you're investing in. So in that sense, it's very important to make your own financial decisions. It's quite similar to the fact that, when you go shopping, you understand your own size, you understand what style suits you. So investing in the markets and in any financial instrument is quite akin to that. Remember,